Hey guys, Steve and Avengers 39. This is issue 39. It's been a long run and I have skipped some issues. So here we go with the review, and clearly say I am not the owner of this review. I'm just reading the review for your enjoyment purpose, and it will be reading a fun because after reading the comics, sometimes I make the reviews, sometimes I read others' reviews. So here we go with ComicVine.com's reviews. It's by Corey, Undeadpool's Schroeder. Okay, so here we go. Screw this. Avengers 39, You Can't Win, Part 1 review. Missives are sent, dice are cursed, traps are sprung, and school at long last is in session. So Jonathan Hickman's run with Earth's Mightiest Heroes continues this week as time continues to run out. So the good things, the bad things, and the verdict. As I love always from the ComicVine.com, they have mentioned it with real specifications. So the good things, it is that all these tiebacks into Jonathan Hickman's time jump in his Avengers storylines all counting down to a catastrophic event month by month. It is almost impossible for a work of fiction to survive without a strong emotional core holding it together. The book can be about most anything, but unless a severe lack of emotion or investment is the entire point, it simply does not work because interest can't be maintained, with very few exceptions. Even history books for worlds both real and imaginary try to insert some semblance of narrative, often at the cost of accuracy. The series started out emotionally dry, and a huge part of that was because of a lack of context. I'm not sure that problem of context is going to be solved, but I'm sure that Hickman has found a way to write around it, giving us one of the most resonant, touching issues of the entire run that also somehow contains Captain Marvel and War Machine, who gets by with a little help from some friends throwing down the Hulk, and Captain Britain. Reed Richards' message to his daughter is a terrific reminder that despite his own emotional failings, he is ultimately a loving father and husband. This maybe it was the focus on Richards that stopped a lot of this resonance from coming through early on, but it's certainly on full display here. We get thematic parallels between Reed discussing Gamacraft, both with what's happening in this issue and how he feels toward Valeria, and it works extremely well. That's it. So, and this is the image, this is the page I really like this week's page of the week. I have to say page of the week because this art is amazing. Foreshadowing and that diagram is really cool. So Mike Deodato handles the line work, and it's great to see him return again and again to Hickman's world. His characters are both incredibly stylized, but somehow retain an aura of realness that makes them relatable and easily identifiable. There are no visible corners cut, and he makes the action look epic and pack an incredible amount of punch while still being extremely easy to follow. Frank Merton's colors are subtle and dark, almost with a bleak, washed out undercurrent that fits exactly in with this strange new Marvel universe. Bad things are there also. With the good comics, there should be some bad things, because without the bad things, the goods are not visible. So bad things about this one, I have to double check and make sure this was indeed Avengers, as it focuses almost solely on the new Avengers roster. And while I absolutely love that book, it's disappointing to see two titles that had done such a great job of differentiating themselves and being readable to fans of the entire story or the individual teams breakdown and go full on crossover. If you haven't been keeping up with New Avengers, even with the recap at the beginning, this book might be difficult to follow. This book and this issue actually has had trouble finding its narrative focus. The verdict about this thing, the whole crossover thing, it will even be continued in the next issue of New Avengers, isn't bad on its face. It's just a bit disappointing that a series that had so perfectly sidestepped all the potholes that come with needing to read other books in order to follow the plot finally stepped in one. It's still a very good issue. The writing and visuals are beautiful and heartfelt while still having an edge of both desperation and hard hitting. It's tough balancing to achieve, but this issue manages all it with aplomb, and that is really pretty cool. What they're saying rhymes with Jake, they're saying rhymes with Geek, yeah, rhymes with Geek. So before going any further, I have to stress that it is absolutely necessary to be following the story in New Avengers to truly take anything away from this book. Over the course of the last 2 years, Hickman has bombarded the Avengers with high concept multiversal threads. So here's the end of this review, and after this Avengers 39 we have to wait to continue the story to be continued in New Avengers issue number 28. So hope you guys have enjoyed, and just wait for this issue 28. And those who can't wait for this one, I will try to bring some preview of New Avengers 28. So thanks for watching.